There are so many things that you need to know before you move to Mississauga or within Mississauga, and at the top of most parents' list, or ones aspiring to be ones, is the quality of education that their children receive. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the top 5 high schools in Mississauga. But just before we start, there's something really important you need to know about schooling in Ontario. So if you're not familiar with the system, we have both the public and the Catholic school system. Now, you have the same curriculum at both levels. The only difference is that the public is non-faith based and the Catholic is faith based. So at the elementary school level, one of the parents of the children that attends the school has to be Catholic. But at the secondary school level, you actually don't need to be Catholic at all. You can attend either a public school or a Catholic school. So that opens up a lot more options for the types of high schools that you can choose from in Mississauga. And that's why in today's video, I'm combining both the public and the Catholic high schools into one list to give you the top 5 high schools in Mississauga. But for the full rankings of both, you can download a copy by visiting a link in the description below. Hi and welcome to Toronto Area Living, where you'll find information about the GTA that no one else is sharing with you. My name is Mike Santos, and if you have any specific questions about real estate, schools, or anything to do with living within the GTA, then there is a link in the video description below that you can use to contact me directly. So without further ado, let's jump into our first high school, the top high school in Mississauga. Actually, there's just one more really important thing that we need to talk about before we move on, and that's how exactly these scores are calculated. So when it comes to school scores for high schools, there's really only 2 things that are calculated, and that's the grade 9 math test and the grade 10 literacy test. About 54% of students in grade 9 were at or above the provincial standard for math, and about 84.5% were at a sort of pass rate for the literacy test. So that's really all we're looking at when it comes to numbers. So if you've done research where you've seen, places like the Fraser Institute and they'll give you a nice round number out of 10. Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. We kind of want to look at the raw numbers themselves and sort of break them down and what they mean. And then you also see, a lot of parents that I speak to, they see a green number in the Fraser Institute and okay, that school is a go. We'll consider that school. And if it's anything less than that, well, then they don't want to consider that school. But they don't look at, what programs are there? What's the community like? What's the affordability like in those areas? So today we're going to take a look at all of those things and sort of break them down a little bit more for you so you have a little bit more information than just a number out of 10. Okay, finally, we're going to get into our number 1 high school in Mississauga, and it may come as no surprise to you if you've seen other videos or done other research. It is John Fraser Secondary School. This is by far and away still the number 1 rated high school in Mississauga. Our math scores were 83% on the grade 9 level, and the literacy test pass rate was 92% at the grade 10 level. Again, this puts it way above any other school in Mississauga at the moment, on the strength especially of its math scores. Boasting both the health and wellness and arts and culture specialist high skilled major programs, John Fraser continues to be a highly targeted school for families moving to or within Mississauga, specifically within the neighborhood of Central Erin Mills. This makes it one of the best school zones and neighborhoods to target if you're planning a move to Mississauga. As for the neighborhood of Central Erin Mills, this is overall a pretty affordable neighborhood actually, because we have both condo townhomes and condos available here for people to move into. There aren't many semi-detached homes here. There are some freehold townhomes, but not a lot. Mostly you're going to have detached homes here, and it's not the most affordable detached home area, but it's not the most expensive either. You can find ones that are on the more affordable side. So overall, this is a great school zone, great school boundary for people to target. So if you've got kids in middle school right now and you're thinking about high school, you can safely target here for Thomas Street Middle. And if they're still in elementary, but you're looking, long term, this is a great overall school zone to target. Probably one of the best school zones. And if you want to see what the best school zones are in Mississauga, there is another link to a video in the description below where you can check out all the best school zones in the city. Coming in at number 2 on our list of the top 5 high schools in Mississauga is the Woodlands Secondary School, located in Arundel. In grade 9, the math score was 76%, and their pass rate on the literacy test in grade 10 was 92%. This puts it at a very solid 2nd place, actually well above 3rd, but just below John Fraser in the number 1 spot. Now, one interesting thing to note about this school is that it's actually a school that starts in grade 7. So it is a middle school from grade 7 to grade 8, and within essentially the same building, you then graduate to go from 9 to 12. So a bit of a unique school within this neighborhood. Boasting 3 specialist programs including health and wellness, transportation, and arts and culture, the Woodlands is also home to one of Peel's enhanced learning, aka the Gifted program. This program is open to anyone in the city and has a great reputation for attracting motivated students. In fact, 95% of graduating students get into the university of their choice, and 80 to 90% of those end up with a scholarship. As for the neighborhood of Arundel, it is known for its rich history and scenic parks and trails. You'll find the largest park in Mississauga here, Arundel Park, and within this neighborhood is where you find the University of Toronto Mississauga's campus. Home prices here are actually quite affordable. You have a great mix of detached, semi-detached, condo townhomes. You have some condo apartments as well, and there are sort of more exclusive pockets where you can find incredibly gorgeous homes that are, some of the most expensive in the city. But overall, I would say this is a great affordable school zone. So if you're targeting anywhere from grade 7 to grade 12 and you're looking for a great quality education and a great high school, this is a really, really great choice for you. Just a quick break here. If you're finding this information valuable, if you can hit the like button below, this will help other people find this information. All right, let's get right back into it. Coming in at number 3 on our list is our first Catholic high school. That is St. Joseph out in East Credit. Their math score was 67% and the literacy pass rate was 94%. Along with strong academics, St. Joseph's, aka St. Joe's, has a really solid track record in sports and has tons of extracurricular programs including Model United Nation, Future Business Leaders Association, and Jazz and Marching Band, amongst others. St. Joe's is the only Mississauga Catholic high school that offers the Advanced Placement program. This allows students to take university level classes in high school and earn credits. And as for life within East Credit, this is a really large and varied neighborhood with lots of affordability price points here. So just like Arundel, you've got a really affordable neighborhood here with one of the best schools. There is a lot of retail within this area. You're really nicely centrally located within Mississauga here as well. So overall, this is a great school zone to target. And again, one of the top school zones within Mississauga. Coming in at number 4 is Streetsville Secondary in the neighborhood of Streetsville. The math score in grade 9 was 67% and the literacy pass rate for grade 10s was 93%. So as you can see, if you remember from the 3rd school on our list, that is 1 percentage point below just the 93% pass rate on the literacy test versus 94% for St. Joe's. So the margin here when we look at school scores and school rankings is quite small. So you got to really keep these things in mind as we look at high schools for our children to attend. Now, let's take a little bit closer look at what Streetsville Secondary has to offer. Opened in 1958, a renovation in 2015-2016 helped modernize the school facilities. However, one cool feature remained: the dark room available for student use through the photographic arts program. This is one of the last remaining in the Peel school system. They also have a music production course that teaches the recording and mastering of music using computers. With a large regional French immersion program, Streetsville Secondary continues to be a strong performer that the community can rely upon for quality education. As for the neighborhood of Streetsville, as a former resident, I can attest to this being one of the best places to live within the city. We call this the village in the city. It has a nice, quaint little downtown. It has some affordability here as well. We've got condo townhomes, some condo apartments, not very many. We have some older semi-detached homes, and we have some older detached homes that are quite affordable, but may not have everything that the modern buyer is exactly looking for. And if you want something more turnkey, then the price starts to go up a little bit. So overall, it's not the most affordable neighborhood within Mississauga, but you can find good deals here and you can find very livable turnkey homes here for a good price as well. So overall, this is a great area to live, great schools, and for the commuters, there is a GO station right in this neighborhood. And last but not least, coming in at number 5 on our list is our second Catholic high school, and that is St. Francis Xavier out of the Hurontario neighborhood. They had a math test score of 67% and a literacy pass rate of 90%, putting it just a couple of percentage points below number 4 rated Streetsville Secondary. Boasting 4 specialist programs, including the ever popular IB program, hospitality and tourism, health and wellness, and transportation, the school is often viewed as an attractive alternative to its public high school counterpart in the neighborhood. The Xavier Tigers are well known for their sports with over 20 different programs available. They also have a large selection of music programs available as well. As for the neighborhood of Hurontario, this is a really attractive neighborhood for people to target because it has lots of affordability here. We have condo townhomes, we have large condo apartments, we have all types of homes, and even detached and semi-detached homes and townhomes are quite affordable here compared to many neighborhoods around the city. Now, in terms of the Hurontario LRT, if you know what that is, there is going going to be a direct connection from this neighborhood going all the way down the major road of Huron, Ontario to connect you to the lake. It'll also connect you to the city center and connect you to the GO stations, both at Cooksville and at Port Credit. So in terms of long-term investment here, if you're looking in that side of things, you've got high school students that, they don't have a car. They want to be able to take public transportation without having to rely on taxis, Ubers, or your car. Then this is a really, really interesting neighborhood to think about long-term. Those are your top 5 high schools in Mississauga for 2025. But if you want the full list, then head to the link in the video description below. And if you need to contact me directly, that link is also in the video description below. And for more videos and more resources, including homes for sale within these neighborhoods, you guessed it, there is a link in the video description below. And we'll see you in the next one.